Russia's invasion of Ukraine has now entered its second month, with setbacks mounting and civilians suffering.
Today, Russian forces targeted the Western Ukrainian city of Lviv. CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb is there.
Russian missiles streak across the sky, targeting a fuel depot and sending a roiling cloud of black smoke into the air. Well, we heard a series of loud explosions, and as you can see, Vladimir Putin's war is now squarely on Lviv's doorstep. At least 5 people were injured in the attack just 2 miles from the center of the city, terrifying residents who have largely been spared the brutal violence seen across so much of Ukraine, as Russian forces carried out a series of other long-range missile strikes. The attacks follow an announcement by Russian generals the Kremlin would be shifting focus from its ground offensive aimed at Kyiv to instead prioritizing what Moscow calls the liberation of the contested eastern Donbass region. And while it doesn't yet look as if Vladimir Putin is changing his approach to the war on Ukraine, what's clear are the Kremlin's military miscalculations. Russian tanks just outside the capital Kyiv now burnt out wrecks of twisted metal, as Ukrainian forces continue to fight back with an intensity few expected. But as the war continues to inflict widespread horror, it's children who suffer the most. Just 1 month into Russia's invasion, and over half of all kids across Ukraine, 4.3 million of them, have had to flee their homes. Many internally displaced families have found shelter in schools. At one in Lviv, we met 13-year-old Anastasia, who lives here with her dad and little brother. I come from Melitopol, where there are lots of Russian soldiers, she says. It took us 2.5 days by train just to get here. Anastasia says the hardest thing about leaving home was saying goodbye to her grandmother.
Things are really tough right now, but you're still smiling.
I don't know how, she says. I think I do it for my dad. A strength being asked of too many of Ukraine's most vulnerable. Imtiaz Tayeb, CBS News, Lviv.